again, the mind and the body are incredibly connected. So when our mind goes through a stressful period, and that stress can be anything from um, being involved in a car accident, it can be going through an illness, it can be stress at work or a sick child, so not getting a lot of sleep. We can go through a stress and it actually changes a lot of the chemicals going on in our body. We we are releasing adrenaline, we're releasing cortisol. The body is now focused on, got to get through this situation. And so then during that stress, the body is not able to focus on just the basic functions that a body does, good digestion, um, detox, just the regular repair that the body goes through day to day, because it's so focused on whatever is causing that stress. And it's kind of like a fire alarm going off. When you've got a fire alarm going off in the kitchen, not a good time to be vacuuming in the living room. You drop everything and you go and take care of the fire. Well, maybe there's not a real fire. Maybe it was just a little smoke coming from the toaster.
Yeah.
Or maybe there was a real fire and you put it out, but the fire alarm is still going.
Or maybe the smoke alarm is like 8 or 10 feet up on the ceiling and I can't reach it. And the thing is just going off and I
Yeah.
have to find the step stool and I got to climb up there and turn the thing off. And then I
Yes.
pull the battery out and it's still going,
Yes.
from the inexplicable reasons that I don't understand, because the laws of physics say it should stop when I pull the battery out. But who knew that it was actually connected to the electricity of the house? I don't know.
Yes.
I'm just making this up. Obviously,
But
there's.
yeah, but it's so true. It goes off
Yeah.
in our brain, and then it continues to send those stress chemicals into the body, and then the body responds. And
Yeah.
so then it goes from a stress response, usually pretty legitimate to start off with, then it's gotten into the body, and the body has these patterns now, and it can get stuck in that pattern of the smoke alarm just going off and we can't figure out why.
Yeah.
And so then, and again, many of us have not learned, because our parents didn't know how to teach us how to deal with some of those stress response. We live in a really stressful culture. We don't, like a couple of generations ago, we don't go out for an hour walk after dinner. We don't spend time around the dinner table just relaxing. Um, we don't spend time out in nature like we used to. And so we can get stuck in that stress pattern, not just from the original stressor, but now it's taken on a life of its own. And so then we have maybe pain or IBS or multiple chemical sensitivities. And then we have this spiral going. The mind is sending messages to the body. Well, now the body's not feeling good, and it's sending stress messages up to the brain. Hey, things aren't working well. This isn't good. And so then the brain becomes even more stressed, and then sending more messages to the body. So we end up in this loop. And then the body, all of the body's energy and resources are going to try and figure out what's going on and deal with this stress response. And we have very little energy left for living life. So then it's when you then wake up in the morning and it's like, wow, hit the snooze button 5 times. I just can't get out of bed, because the body doesn't have the energy to get going, because it's been so focused on this fight or flight response to stress.
And it builds up and you're losing a couple steps each time. And you're that much more tired the next day because you were tired the previous day and you were up late, and now you're getting late out of bed, and then you're stuck for the next day. It's all a self-building pattern.